Chapter 3 introduces the types of research and discusses stages in the marketing research process. Marketing research can be described as exploratory, descriptive, or causal. Each type of research leads to a different research design. The clarity with which the team defines a decision situation determines whether exploratory, descriptive, or causal research is most appropriate. When the decision is very ambiguous, or the interest is on discovering ideas, exploratory research is most appropriate. Exploratory research does not provide conclusive evidence. It usually expects subsequent research. Descriptive research attempts to paint a picture of the given situation by describing characteristics of objects, people, or organizations. Usually, the researcher has already had considerable understanding of the nature of the problem. The researcher can identify some variables for the problem. Causal research identifies cause and effect relationships. It means that the evidence can conclude independent variables X causes dependent variables Y. Next, I'm going to briefly introduce the 6 major stages of the research process. They are: the first step is defining research objectives, planning the research design. Once you define objectives and planning the research design, the next step is planning a sample. Step 4 is to collect data and analyze data. The final step is to draw conclusions. Each stage involves a subsequent set of steps. The research process begins with defining research objectives. Research objectives are the goals that researchers intend to achieve by conducting research. In consulting, researchers use the term deliverables to describe the objectives to a research client. The genesis of the research objectives lies in the type of decision situation faced. Techniques for obtaining insights and gaining a clear idea of the problem include previous research, whether others may have addressed the same research problems previously, published works, including periodics, books, as well as publicly available government or industry reports, may discuss theory or present empirical results relevant to the research objectives. A small-scale research project that collects small amount of data are useful in fine-tuning research objectives. After the researcher has formulated the research problem, he or she must choose the research design. A research design provides a framework or plan of action for the research. 4 approaches can be used to collect data and to implement a research project. No single best research design fits all situations. Step 3 is planning a sample. Sampling is a process used in statistical analysis in which a predetermined number of observations are taken from a larger population. A sampling plan tells which category is to be surveyed, what should be the sample size, and how the respondents should be chosen out of the population. Step 4 is data collection. Data collection is the process of gathering and measuring information on variables of interest in an established systematic fashion that enables one to answer stated research questions, test hypotheses, and evaluate outcomes. Data can be gathered by human observers or interviewers, or may be recorded by machines. It is important to minimize errors in this stage. Step 5 is analyzing data. Data analysis is the application of reasoning to understand the data that have been gathered. The last step is to draw conclusions. Conclusions are determined from data analysis. Conclusions speak directly to the research questions. Conclusions should be presented in a formal report and in oral or electronic format.